Welcome! In this video we're going to do a solo playthrough of Marvel Champions card game with Hulkling taking on Spider-Woman. So down at the table for my first play with the Civil War expansion, I'm going with Spider-Woman and Hulkling. So I'm just using the pre-con here for Hulkling, but a quick look at him. He's got 1 for thwart, attack, and defense. Chosen shape, force response after a shapeshift upgrade enters play under your control. Discard each other shapeshift upgrade you control. And ready Hulkling. Hand size of 5, hit points of 13. Alter ego side, got a recovery of 4. Cannot have more than 1 shapeshift upgrade in play. Shape changer as an action, search your deck and discard pile for a shapeshift upgrade. Add it to your hand, limit once per round. Hand size of 5 on this side also. Then Spider-Woman, going in standard mode, so we don't need the 3 and 4. So you can see on the first version here, set up, the enemy team finds finesse and attaches it to Spider-Woman. Force interrupt, when Spider-Woman attacks, she gets +1 attack for each skill counter on finesse for this attack. Remove each skill counter from finesse, and 13 health, and moving up, get 2 and 2 for both. Steady, when revealed, deal each player an encounter card. She cannot take damage this phase. And the same force interrupt and 17 health there. So for finesse, permanent, max 3 skill counters here. Force interrupt, when a treachery is revealed, place a skill counter here. So that's her card. Then for the superhero resistance contents, chosen leader 1 and 2, 3 and 4 expert mode. And then chosen leader sets, standard set, and 3 to 4 modular sets. So in the book, it kind of goes over the deck here. Main scheme, we've got Open Rebellion and Neighborhood Protectors, which are these cards there. Then we have the Encounter deck, Spider-Woman, Spider-Man, Defenders, Hell's Kitchen, Cloak and Dagger, and the standard encounter sets. So Spider-Woman, Spider-Man, Defenders, Hell's Kitchen, Cloak and Dagger are standard and are obligation. So there is that for setup. Let's see, in competitive mode, I'm playing solo, so cooperative with myself. So in competitive, the enemy team finds the choosing side scheme and your team reveals it. Cooperative mode, find the chosen leader's side scheme and reveal it. And for that, it is self-propelled glide. Force interrupt, when Spider-Woman would take damage from an attack, reduce the amount of damage she takes by 1 for each skill counter on finesse. And then flipping over to this side, if there's more than 1 player on your team, the stage gains hinder 2, but there isn't. Force interrupt, when a player reveals a treachery, place a threat here. So that is our setup for our hero and enemy leader, aka villain. Okay, shuffle up our encounter deck. And then our hero deck, getting 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, impersonation cuts both ways. Don't need that. Defensive conditioning. I do like the +3 hit points in a defense. Taunting. Got 2 of those. That's why usually in pre-cons, if I can only play 1 per player and I'm playing solo, I usually take the others out, but just playing a straight pre-con. Removing 4 threat would be nice. But flipping back, I don't think we need that to start with. So we're going to discard 4 of the 5. So we're stuck with assess the situation, a tackle, a taunt, and a shapeshifter strike. All right, first thing we're doing is our ability. Search your deck and discard pile for an upgrade. And that gives a +1 to everything, which I think is the one I want. +2 attack, yeah, I want to thwart and get rid of that. And I think the one that gives us +2 thwart makes him scheme instead of attack, and I really don't want that. So getting the winged shape. So then we'll go ahead and flip over and thwart for 1. Then we'll bring in our winged shape. Hulkling gets +1 thwart, attack, and defense, and gains an aerial trait. Hero response after you play an event, exhaust winged shape to remove 2 threat from a scheme. We played a shapeshift upgrade, so we ready Hulkling. Then we're going to thwart for 2 to get rid of that. Then we're going to do some defensive conditioning. It's going to give us +3 hit points and +1 defense. So up to 16 health. And that's going to end her turn. So 5 more cards. See, when an enemy attacks, declare your hero as a defender without exhausting. This is our option. All right. So on to the villain phase. We get 1 threat. Going to attack for base 2. And we're just going to take it. So we're taking 4 damage. Then our encounter card is a minion. Scheme of 2, attack of 1, 4 health. When revealed, place 2 threat on a scheme. Competitive mode, remove 2 threat from your leader's main scheme. So we put 2 there. And back to our turn. Just going to do some building. We'll bring in Iron Lad. 4-1, attack of 1, 3 health. Use as a basic power, exhaust another Avenger ally you control. Add that ally's matching power to his for this use. Then we're going to bring in the Night Nurse. She comes into 3 medical counters. It's an action exhauster. Remove a counter from her to heal a damage from a hero and discard a status. Then I think we're going to attack for 1 and thwart for 2. End your turn. Brother Voodoo, Hidden Base, our Residence, and a Tackle. So we get a threat. She's attacking for base 2. And we'll just take it again. So just 2. Then we get hit for 1 more. Just like that, we're down to 9. Counter card. Daredevil, Scheme of 2, attack of 2, 3 health. The enemy team exhausts a character I control. So he should have been readied, so we'll exhaust him now. And on to our turn. I think we'll bring in Brother Voodoo, 4-2, attack of 1, 3 health. After he enters play, search the top 5 cards of your deck for an event card and add it to your hand, and then shuffle our deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Villain attacks you. Other characters cannot defend, but we draw 3 cards. Sure. And This gets shuffled. All right, we're going to go ahead and attack for 2 from those, and then have him attack for 1 to defeat Cloak at least. Then we're going to taunt. Hero action, villain attacks you. Other characters cannot defend against this attack, and we draw 3 cards. So base 2, Spider-Man minion is in play, reveal this card. He's not. So we're taking 2 damage. Draw 3 cards. I can do this all day. Imitation Shape and Wiccan. We played an event card. So we get to exhaust that to remove 2 threat from a scheme. Then I'll bring in Wiccan. Thwart a 2 attack at 1/2 health. After you play him from your hand, search your deck and discard pile for an identity-specific event and add it to your hand. Take Shapeshifter. That is a hero action. So we're going to search our deck and discard pile for a Shapeshift upgrade and add it to our hand. Back through here again. And I think we're going to flip over, use our ability to search for another Shapeshift upgrade. Do I put it 1 in? We'll use this to pay for that. So we get +2 thwart. When an enemy would attack you, it schemes instead. Your response after you play an event, exhaust it to draw a card. And that, oh yes, we still have him. We will go ahead and attack for 1. Ending your turn. 5 cards. Tackle, defension, well, a resource since we've got that in play. Alien Physiology, cuts both ways, and preservation. Villain phase, get a threat, scheming for 1, 2, 3, 4. And counter card is a treachery, which triggers adding a threat and getting a counter. Each minion activates against the player it is engaged with. Otherwise, the enemy leader activates against you. Do not give it a boost card for this activation. Well, that's a bummer, so we're going through that with this activation. So scheming for 2 takes it to 8. So we're moving on. Revealed, the enemy team searches encounter deck and discard pile for a side scheme. Deals 1 to each player on your team as a face down encounter card. Well, we already had 1 out. But that's probably going to be the worst. So hinder 1, coming out with 4. Threat cannot be removed from this scheme while a defender minion is in play, and we have one. Yeah, that seems bad. 4 threat. Then on to our turn. We're going to use our ability to pick winged shape up. We'll go ahead and exhaust to heal 4. Flip over. Okay, we are going to bring in some alien physiology as a resource. Exhaust it to generate a wild resource. 2 resources instead of paying for a Hulkling card. So we use that for 2 resources to bring in a Hulkling card, and that's the wing shape we had earlier. So that comes into play, which will ready us. So now we can attack for 2, which will defeat Daredevil, which means we can now work on that, which is thwart for 2, thwart for 2. And attack for 1. We've finally done some damage. And that might come in handy still. So impersonation, assess, Hulk shape, and cuts both ways. Off to her turn, get a threat. She's going to attack, we're going to defend, so she's a base 3. Just 3, but that's enough to take Iron Lad down. Then our encounter card is a minion, Jessica Jones. When revealed, confuse your leader, otherwise you are confused. All right, so back to our turn. Let's see. Okay, I think we will use that. Well, first we're going to attack for 2. No, first we're going to thwart to get rid of confused. Then use that for 2 resources to bring in Hulk shape. +2 attack, +1 defense. Hero response after playing event. Exhaust Hulk shape to deal 2 damage to an enemy, which will ready us. Then we can attack for 3 to defeat Jessica. Then we'll use impersonation. Remove 4 threat from a scheme. If this removes the last threat from that scheme, you may change to alter ego form, which will do, but that prevents us from doing the event down at the bottom. Then we're going to use our ability to get that back, and by using that card to flip, that doesn't count as our once per game, so we'll flip back up. Then we're going to assess the situation. We get +1 hand size till the end of the phase. So now we played an event. We can deal 2 damage to an enemy. And end her turn. Okay, we are going to keep that in hand. Drawing Armored Defense, Excelsior, another defense, and I can do this all day, hopefully. Villain phase, get a threat. Getting attacked for base 2. So you stun your leader, otherwise you are stunned. I think this time I'll just use Night Nurse for that one. Then our encounter card is a treachery. The villain and each minion engaged with you attacks you. Yes, I don't know if I took the 2 damage. Short memory. Alright, so now we're getting attacked for base 3. We'll go ahead and defend, or will we? We will defend, but we're also going to play armored defense. When an enemy attacks, deal damage to it equal to your defense. After this attack, give Hulkling a tough status card. So our defense is 1, 2, 3. So take that down to, well, after the attack, we're doing 3 damage. It's doing a base 3, stunning it. Otherwise, you're confused. Now we're stunned and confused. Good times. Do 3 damage back. Now back to our turn. Oh, we also played an event, which would have dealt 2 damage. Alright, so now back to our turn. Night Nurse. We will exhaust her. Remove a counter to heal 1. And discard a status from us. I think we'll get rid of Confused. Then use that for 2 resources for one of our cards. So our Winged Shape again. And that will ready us. Then we will thwart for 2. Then bring in an upgrade. After your hero defends against an attack, spend an energy resource to deal 2 damage to an enemy. And that's going to be our turn. Draw 1, get in a counter card, and shuffle. All right, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think we assessed the situation one time and didn't use it, but oh well. All right. Villain, get a threat, goes to attack. We'll just take it for 2. Get another encounter card. First one, discard an upgrade or support you control. In that case, I'm glad we played this. Next. Oh, that was a treachery. That goes up to 2. We'll get 1 on that. All right, tangled up. Attached to your leader, otherwise attached to your hero. When attached character would scheme, thwart, or attack, discard this card instead. All right. So we'll start by using Night Nurse. Get rid of stunned and heal 1. Then we will go ahead and thwart to get rid of tangled up. Then we will use that for Shapeshifter Strike. Deal 5 damage to an enemy. Ready our Shapeshift upgrade. So first, dealing 5 damage defeats. Now she is steady. Deal each player an encounter card, and she cannot take further damage this phase. 17 health. Alright, that was already ready. Then after we play the event, we will use it to remove 2 threat. Bring in Armored Shape, giving us +1 attack, +2 defense, and Retaliate. To replace that, which will ready us. Then we will swing for 2. And end her turn. Or is it time to flip over? I think we will flip over. Use our ability to get that back, and then use that to pay for a hidden base. Gets 3 counters. Alter Ego response after you change form to Alter Ego. Exhaust hidden base, remove a stronghold counter from it. Give your identity a tough status card, which I believe I forgot to give me a tough status earlier. But first time playing, lots of things going on. Okay, end her turn. Drawing 5 into a taunt. 2 of those, impersonation, tackle, and another taunt. Not the best. All right, we get a threat. Scheming for base 2, 3. Get another encounter card. First one, Spider-Man, thwarted 2, or scheme of 2, attack of 2. When revealed, he attacks each character with Tangled Up attached. If no attack was made this way, the enemy team searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a copy of Tangled Up. Gives it to you as a face-down encounter card. Well, we just received it earlier. Attached to your leader, so we're Tangled Up again. And we've got Contaminant Immunity attached to Spider-Woman. When she would be stunned or confused, discard this card, give her a tough status card. But +1 scheme. All right, so back to our turn. I think we'll heal for potentially our last time. Flip over. Oh, before we flip over, of course, use our ability to get something cool back. Winged Shape. We'll take the Hulk shape. Now flip over. Spin 2 to bring in Hulk shape, which will ready us. Then attack to get rid of Tangled Up. Then I think we're going to tackle Spider-Woman. No, we won't, because she's steady. We'll tackle Spider-Man. Stun an enemy. You paid for this card using a physical resource, which we are. Deal 3 damage to that enemy. And we played an event, so we can trigger that, dealing 2 damage to an enemy. And that will be our turn. We'll go ahead and keep that because I think we're going to need it. So it gets a threat. Goes to attack for a base 3. For 5. Lose stunned. Counter card. Cloak and Dagger. Hinder 1 per player. 1 defeated. Heal 3 damage from the enemy leader. And give them a tough status card. Back to our turn. Two for Hulkling card, remove 4 threat from a scheme. If this removes the last threat from that scheme, you may change to alter ego form. It should have had 4 on it, but we're taking it all off. When defeated, heal 3 damage from the enemy leader, give him a tough status. It's kind of disappointing, but then we're going to choose to flip over and then use this to remove a counter to become tough ourselves. Use our ability. We'll get Armored Shape. And flip back over. Search your deck and discard pile for a Shapeshift upgrade and add it to her hand. We'll get Winged Shape. We played an event, which will deal 2 damage. We will use that to get rid of Tough. We are going to attack to get rid of Spider-Man. Actually, not yet. We're going to do the Shapeshifter Strike. Deal 5 damage to an enemy. Ready your Shapeshift upgrade. So now it is after you played an event. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. Have that take care of Spider-Man. So back to exhausted. Now we will attack for 3. Then bring in Winged Shape. Replacing that, which will ready us. And then we will thwart for 2. And end our turn. Drawing 5. Assess the situation. Wicken cuts both ways. Shape and Patriot. All right, for her turn, get a threat. Getting attacked for base 2, 3. Lose Tough and counter card. Got another one of those, so she's scheming for quite a bit. All right, we're going to use Wicken. Thwart 2, attack 1, 2 health. After you play them from your hand, search your deck and discard pile for an identity-specific event and add it to your hand. We use that to pay for it. We want our strike. We will attack for 2. Then attack for 1. And Shapeshifter Strike, dealing 5 damage to an enemy. And ready that. And of course from after that we could remove 2 threat. But that was Hulkling's Precon deck going up against standard Spider-Woman. So we got to see how that was designed to work. I know I made a couple mistakes there that I think just affected me as far as giving me toughness and drawing an extra card one turn. But as always, hope you enjoyed this playthrough. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.